Welcome back to the channel WorryWart Gaming. If this is your first time here, hit the like button and subscribe. Help a new YouTuber out. So, the Ascent came out on GamePass. I have a love-hate relationship with GamePass. I'm really worried about the idea of deep, engaging characters, worlds, single-player games. When it comes to a service, it just doesn't seem like those are the type of games that companies like Microsoft are going to want to spend money on to create, because they don't keep you engaged. They don't have you run around with other people, getting you hooked on playing a gameplay loop over and over and over again, and also subscribing to the service over and over and over again. So whenever games come out and they sort of have this pseudo, you can play it by yourself or 4-player co-op, I'm always sort of, on edge, because most of the games I play that are like that really have a tacked on single player experience, and they don't really feel like single player games at all. So I went into this really hoping that I would have a great time. And look, I don't review games, I don't give them scores, because that's pointless. If you're listening to people give game scores, there's no reason to do that. It's pointless. Nobody can tell you how great a game is based on a number. But somebody with a lot of years of experience playing console games since the beginning of consoles can tell you how games feel, can give you an idea of games that they've played in the past that are similar, because I've played every style, every genre of game. There is no new style of game being created that I haven't played before. So this is a top-down shooter. One thing I can say is that the world is incredibly creative, the lighting is beautiful, and some of the artwork in this game is stellar. And that's where I'm left wanting, because I want to explore this world. I want to live in this world more than I do playing this game. So it's a top-down shooter. You run with the left stick, you control your gun with the right stick. Right trigger is fire, left trigger is aim high and fire with right trigger. A button is a roll and B button is a dodge. And then you have the modifiers to the RB and left B. You can mix and match armor throughout the game by basically picking up weapons and loot and things like that. But it's in the gameplay that I feel incredibly bored with this game, and I've only played it for a few hours, and I just don't like it. It's the same sort of hook over and over and over again. The enemies just sort of spawn on the screen and all charge towards you. There's no real strategy to it. Just sort of mow your enemy down, hold that right trigger down or pull that right trigger, strafe left and right and dodge, use some modifiers, and then get on to the next level, open a gate, go on to the next level. It feels incredibly repetitious. And again, there is such a great world here, and that's where I feel let down, because if they would have just taken this world, built it out, given you a great experience from a single player standpoint. This is really geared towards 4 people mindlessly running around in a world and having fun. They created a world, though, that I want to explore. I want to see this world from a sort of first-person perspective, or even an over-the-shoulder third-person perspective. And I know that I'm critiquing it in a style of game that it was never set out to be. I get that, but there's so many top-down shooters, and there have been so many, and there's a reason why there aren't many anymore, because it's really hard to innovate with this style of game. But it is a beautiful, beautiful game. I'm playing it on the Xbox Series S, and I think the lighting and the world and the creativity, again, really stand out to me. But it's that gameplay that left me really wanting more. I felt like this can't be it. And I know I haven't played a lot of the game yet, but I can tell you, it doesn't take a long time to get the feel of a game, to get the dynamic down, to understand what it is you're going to be doing and how things may evolve. So there's very little to do other than shoot, get new weapons, acquire new armor, mix and match that, and then repeat the same process over and over and over again. And the only compelling thing to me that keeps me wanting to push forward is to see some of the new environments, even though I can't really interact with them in the way that I want to. There are some cool moments where you go into buildings and you interact almost like a role-playing game where you can choose your dialogue as you talk to other characters, but it's in these moments where some technical issues pop in. So you're going to see some instances where textures just sort of pop in on characters that you're talking to. There are things in the world that don't load in as fast as they should, and you'll catch that. And that's a real letdown, especially for a big Xbox Game Pass release. I mean, right off the bat, as soon as you begin the game, there's this sort of fly in over this gorgeous city, and instantaneously some ships flying around just pop into the scene, and it just really disappoints you. And when something like that happens that early on in the game, it's hard to recover from it when you expect it to be a really, really good, or at least complete release, especially at this stage of the game with Xbox and Game Pass. So unless this is something that you absolutely love, this top-down genre, and unless the cyberpunk-esque world is something that you absolutely love and don't care about things like gameplay that's engaging or just the idea of hooking you early on, because the world definitely did that for me, but it was this gameplay that just really let me down, and I didn't expect the next title in Game Pass after Flight Simulator to be something that just was not great, because these games are starting to drop, and my personal feeling is that for Microsoft and Xbox, these Game Pass games need to be great, because they're all different types of gamers. You can't just focus in on people who want to run around mindlessly with their friends that don't care about story, characters, or worlds, especially worlds that are as interesting and as cool and as at times strikingly beautiful as this. So that's it. Am I going to continue playing this game? I don't know, but hey, it's in Game Pass, so I guess I can get to it whenever. Let me know what you think in the comments section below if you tried this game. Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.